So first of all, thank you for the mail, and I was really happy when I received your message, and I was really looking forward to this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Same here. I was actually, impressed by your video, and
Mm.
Shanta had suggested me your name. He had spoken about you in very glowing terms.
Yeah, we had a nice conversation. I think it was
Yes, I
yesterday
just
or
loved
day
it.
before. A day before
Yes.
yesterday, we did a session for her channel, and I hope she
Okay.
uploads it. So, how about introducing yourself? Then we will continue
Sure,
it.
sure. My name is Sheela. I reside in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu,
Mm,
and I have done my post graduation in sociology. For the
mm.
past, say, around 14 years, I am into teaching written and spoken Hindi to all
Hindi.
age groups. Yeah.
Mm. Well, my name is Roshan, and I am from Bihar. I recently completed my graduation with English honors, and now to pay my bills, I work in a school. I love reading, watching movies, and now that I have started my YouTube channel, I love to talk with people like you. So this is from my side. So you are from, where are you from? Sorry, I didn't get it.
Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, and
Yes.
you teach Hindi, right?
Yes, I teach Hindi.
So let's start about your journey. I mean, you are from Tamil Nadu and you are teaching Hindi. So I have always seen some posts and people talking about this conflict between South and Hindi. Are you familiar with that? I know it's a very
Uh,
heavy topic to start with, but if you
yeah.
are comfortable.
Yeah. No problem. See, actually, when you say South, all four states come under it. Tamil Nadu,
Mm,
Andhra. Of course, now Andhra is into Andhra and Telangana, and then
yeah.
Karnataka and Kerala. Of all the four states, Tamil
Mm,
Nadu is, they have a lot of resistance towards Hindi. Maybe it is to do with the political thing, which we won't delve into deeper. But
yeah,
now
we should not.
it is changing, and
Mm,
people are, coming out. They want to learn at least manageable spoken Hindi, if
yeah.
not written Hindi, so that
Mm,
when they move out of Tamil Nadu or out of South, they are able
mm,
to manage for various reasons. Students
yeah.
move out when they give their
Mm,
exams, JEE exams, and then they move out. They get a college somewhere in the north. Then they should
mm,
know some manageable Hindi.
yeah, of course they
Or
should.
once you finish your college and get into a work environment, and you are bound
Mm,
to move to some other place, then you need to mingle with the other people there, so you need to know the local
mm,
language. All said and
language,
done,
right?
even till date, the local language is Hindi throughout, within India at least.
Mm. I haven't traveled much apart from Delhi, Kolkata, and states near
Okay.
my state, Bihar. But I have seen,
Okay.
this. I have always consumed Hindi media since my childhood, right?
Mm.
So I find Hindi very fascinating, and I love to chat with. But there is something about reading Hindi. It's quite difficult, and I have seen people of my age they prefer English now, and so I
Yes.
wanted to know your point of view from when you started, learning Hindi and your experience of teaching it.
Actually, I don't have any formal education in Hindi as such, because
Hmm.
though I am a South Indian, I was raised in the north. My father was working in Madhya Pradesh.
Hmm.
So up until marriage, before marriage, I was in Madhya Pradesh. That's how I know the language, because there was the speaking environment.
Hmm.
I did my schooling from Maharashtra and my graduation and post graduation from Madhya Pradesh. So I knew Hindi, but I didn't think of getting into teaching Hindi. But once I
Hmm.
shifted to South, I started off my career as a lecturer. But once I
Hmm.
shifted to South, I had to leave my job. And here, getting a lecturer's job was not easy at that time, especially in my subject.
Hmm.
And I am kind of a person who can't sit at home. I had to, I'm so used to working. So then I
Hmm.
was just wondering what to do. So then one of my friends suggested market research. So, I
Hmm.
got into market research, and then say around 12, 13 years, I was into market research, fully into market research. So that took me to places, and that taught me a lot, and it molded
Yeah.
me as a person, what I am today.
Hmm.
Then in 2010, I thought, it was very hectic because I had to travel a lot.
Hmm.
So then I wanted to, take a break from it. So my husband suggested, why not, try your hand at teaching Hindi since you are good at
Mm.
Hindi. So I thought, let me try it out. Sitting at home, if you can make some money, then why not?
Yeah,
So
that's a
just,
good thing, right?
yeah, yeah, it just clicked. And then since 2010, now even if I want to leave, it will not leave me.
So you have tried different things, right? You
Yeah,
have been into
yeah.
different.
I
And
am jack of all trades. Yeah.
yeah. So how do you find this language? English, right? You are a Hindi teacher. What about English? How do you see it as a
English,
language?
no doubt, English is a global language, and we need to know English. All that is there.
Hmm.
How did I get into English? I was sent to a convent school right from my childhood, and I was
Mm-hmm.
in a boarding school. So, though in the school we had to speak English, but then I came back to the boarding where we had to again speak English. So I
Sure.
was not at home.
Hmm.
So it came to me automatically since it was, in my childhood. And anything learned in childhood, you learn it easily
Yeah, I can
because
understand. Even yeah, go on, go on.
yeah, because you are a child, and then you pick up things easily. There is no hesitation and
Hmm.
nothing. So that's how I learned English. And I feel that English, it is a must. Yeah, people should know it,
It
no
is.
doubt
It
about it.
is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. See, how you
I'm
use it
also.
and how you don't use it is up to you. But you should know the language.
You should know the language. That's the point. I mean, now that you can't help learning it, right? Everything is in English. Even if you want to go to a college or just to have a good job, we have to know the language, have to communicate it. And not just communicating, you need to learn how to write. So
Yeah.
my fascination with language has been, ever since I was a child, I loved the stories. And as you said that you have tried so many different things and now Hindi. And learning a language when you are a child is it can be a burden too, but you learn it quite easily. So my mom,
Yes.
I'm a Muslim. So
Mm.
I'm not a religious guy anymore, but when I was a kid, my mom used to arrange personal classes for me for Arabic and Urdu, and
Okay.
I found it a very torture experience for me. I thought that it was a rough time for me. I hated those classes, but now that I have been reading different kind of books, literature, I'm into literature. So I thank my mom that she introduced me to Urdu.
Correct.
E-
Correct.
even though I don't understand Arabic, I can read it, but I cannot comprehend it. But it's quite fascinating when you are teaching a language and you are trying
Correct.
to learn the science behind learning a language. It's a quite fascinating thing.
Correct. Correct. Actually, my language skills has only helped me grow in my career.
Hmm.
So I owe it to language.
Uh, Actually, I am not good at anything apart from speaking a couple of lines in English. I'm not good at any other subject. So that was the reason I chose English when I was doing my graduation. Even though I didn't go
Okay.
to college regularly, I thought that I'm into stories. I can do it. But when I started doing it, I thought that it is not that easy. But now I'm being serious about all this stuff. I'm learning it. I'm teaching it, and I really find it fascinating. Even though I haven't done many sessions like we are doing right now, so I was really
Yeah.
happy when you wrote to me, and that's why I wanted to do it today because tomorrow I got another email. So hopefully I'm going to have
Yeah.
another session.
But your session with Shanta was really good. I enjoyed it. And, like I watched it in one go. Generally, you
Hmm.
tend to pause, you tend to
Hmm.
forward. I didn't do any
Thank
of that.
you.
To be very honest, in
Yeah,
one
I
go, I
really.
watched.
Yeah, we have talked twice with Santa, one for her channel, and I find the vibe with her. I mean, she let people express themselves. This is what I loved about it, and actually, the idea to record this session I got from her channel, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I have been watching podcasts for almost 2 years now, but they all are expensive. The gadgets are expensive, but this is
Correct.
affordable, right? We can
Correct.
we can connect. So,
True. True.
do you connect with other speakers or just Santa or me?
No, I
Hmm.
think by now I would have spoken to at least 60 other people.
60 others. You could have
Yeah,
started your own
I
channel.
have not counted, but Shanta was the first. I started off with Shanta.
Hmm.
So I have that affinity towards her. It's like your first child, huh? Where you have a
Yeah,
different
first
relationship,
child.
something like that.
Yeah. What can I ask questions about your personal life?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
sure, sure, no problem.
so tell us about your family and all.
Yeah. We are three of us in our family, my husband,
Mm,
my son, and I. My husband is a
mm,
mechanical engineer by profession. He is a self-employed professional. My son is
mm.
also an engineer. He works for Amazon Web Services. Right now,
Yeah.
he's in Bangalore, and that's it. Just the
So
three of
how do you
us.
find life in 2024? I mean, you must have seen a lot, right?
Yeah, I am enjoying it. I enjoy my life thoroughly because I have my hands full. I have
You
my
are
day
busy,
sorted.
right?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, yes.
Do you read? Do you read much?
I read a lot. Earlier, I used to read books. Now, books have come down, but I read.
Yeah.
I read
So what
magazines.
are you into?
Uh, like, I started off reading at the age of 10, maybe 10 or 9.
Mm,
As usual, the 9, 10-year old, right from Enid Blyton. It started off from Enid Blyton. Then
mm.
I graduated to James Hardy Chase and Mills and Boons. And then I have even read medical thrillers. But that was back when I was in college. Because that
Mm,
time, work was less and we had time for ourselves.
mm.
And
Actually,
my
I
habit
haven't
is,
heard. I haven't heard
yeah.
any of those authors you mentioned, and my reading phase has just started.
And I have, what I was saying, yeah. And now I am into, I don't read books because I have a bad habit. If I pick up a
Mm.
book, I'll have to finish it. So
Yeah, I
now I
understand
don't
it.
take that much of time. Yeah, at a stretch.
Hmm.
So I read magazines, yes. Magazines, I
Mm.
mean, in the sense, the newspapers, the Sunday magazines of the newspaper, it carries
Mm.
wonderful articles. I love reading
Yeah.
articles.
Uh,
Yeah.
One of the things got me into reading was, the thing you were talking about. I used to read when I was a kid, in fifth or fourth grade. I used to read Champak Balhans, those Hindi magazines for
Okay.
kids. I think you are familiar with them.
Yes.
They used to come twice a month, and my cousins they introduced me to it, and I'm always whenever I meet them,
Chanda Mama, Champak. Isn't it? Chanda
yeah,
Mama you have heard of?
yeah. Nanhe Samrat, not Chanda Mama. I don't remember Chande Mama, but Nanhe Samrat.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh,
in Bihar,
because
they were
yours
popular
is a
here.
different generation. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. So I used to
Yeah.
read them a lot, and then the Sunday thing you were talking about, Sunday magazines or with newspaper they used to come,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this was how I introduced to stories. I loved watching movies and TV, of course, but there was something about reading I can't explain. But then internet happened. I had a smartphone, and then I completely forgot that reading was a thing, and because of it, now I'm returning to it. So I'm more into pleasure reading. Whatever I find interesting, I read. Uh,
Correct. Correct. I
Recently,
also love reading, biographies because I'm
hmm,
a fanatic cricket fan.
cricket
Okay.
fan. I love cricket.
Yes. So I have read almost like Sunil Gavaskar's books,
Hmm,
Kapil Dev's book,
hmm.
and like this. I just love.
On cricket, who is your favorite cricketer of all time?
Uh, the earlier days are gone. I was a Gavaskar fan.
Gavaskar.
Now, of course, because I am a loyal CSK fan, so I am a Dhoni fan.
Dhoni. What about
Yes.
Kohli? Do you follow him? Virat Kohli?
No, no, I don't. Yeah, I like Kohli as a batsman, of course, yes. He is world
Hmm.
class, no doubt about it. But
Okay.
nobody to beat our
Dhoni.
Dhoni. Yes.
I can understand. I can understand.
A
I
very
also
loyal, CSK fan. Yeah.
Uh, so I got into cricket in 2012 when I was in Kolkata with my father. My father is not into cricket, but his friends were. So they were watching cricket all the time. So I had to watch it. I had no other options. And in 2012, KKR lifted the trophy, IPL. And this is how I
Okay.
got introduced to it. Before it, I
Oh,
hated the name cricket. Whenever my uncles used to play it on TV, I thought they should play some cartoon. I don't want to watch cricket. But once I got into it, there was nobody stopping me. Even my mom had to there was a whole scene for me playing cricket. And
Um,
IPL is very popular, right?
Correct.
So you have always been fan of CSK, right?
Yes.
I'm
Correct.
going to ask my students who are 12, 13 years old. They love cricket. I'm going to make them watch it. And they are also fan of Dhoni. So there is this always conflict in a funny manner that I talk that Virat Kohli is best. Nobody can, nobody can, compete with him. So what is this thing about Dhoni? I mean, he's very popular, right? And especially,
He's very popular. I feel he's a true leader. He's a
yeah,
leader in
he
the
is
true sense.
definitely.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. What is a leader? A leader doesn't grow alone. He helps
mm,
others also to grow with him. That is the
mhm.
quality of a true leader. Because
Definitely
the
he is.
other people who you help, they make you the leader. So
Yeah,
that way,
makes sense.
Dhoni
It
is a
makes sense.
master.
Mm.
Yes.
Have you read anything from APJ Abdul Kalam?
Uh, Not the whole thing, but bits and pieces.
Recently, I was reading Wings of Fire, the only biography I have read.
Oh, okay. I have read that long back, but again in bits and pieces.
Hmm. Actually, I think it was not written completely by him. With the help of another author, he wrote it. But I found it very interesting. There was more factual stuff. I wanted to know about his personal life, like how he was as a person.
Yeah.
But I think his whole life was about work. I mean, he was
Yeah.
so much into
He came
it.
from a very, a very lower class family,
Yeah. Hmm.
and on his own merit and his, based on his qualification, he has made it that far. And he was a person of, like what do you call honor
Of
and
course, he was.
a pakka, you know,
Yeah.
simple living and high thinking person. I remember
I wanted. Hmm?
he was
Go on.
he I have heard a speech once, a live speech once.
Live stage.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, because at that time I was in Chennai. He studied from
Hmm.
MIT Chennai, Madras Institute of Technology. So he had
Hmm.
come there once for a some program, and he had given a speech. That time he told us about his life story. He said that he had worked for 18 hours per day.
That was what I found it very fascinating,
And
and
you
it.
won't believe, there are so many things that fascinated me. He said that his teachers, fifth class, he named two teachers. He said who were the ones who sowed the seed of this, thing in his mind of
Hmm.
engineering, aeronautical engineering in his mind. He said
Yeah,
that the teacher taught him so well.
hmm,
He didn't. There were three of them who didn't understand that how does a bird fly. So that
hmm,
teacher took them to the beach and showed them.
yeah. I mean, of course, teachers are the one who makes us who we are, right?
Yes.
So, while I was reading Wings of Fire, I wanted to know more of his personal life, his relationship with his family, and all. But I found that he worked a lot. I mean, he always talked about his work space and his
Yeah.
mindset towards learning. And I just couldn't keep my pace with that, right? Like I never thought I could compete with whatever he has done. That was inspiring.
Yes,
But I
very
want.
inspiring.
Hmm.
What were you asking?
No, I want. The thing is that I was very interested in his personal life.
Correct, correct, correct.
But
Yeah.
then I
I
found out
have
that he was
heard,
more into. Hmm.
yeah, I've heard that his sister, he gave him her gold bangle for
Yeah,
him
she
to
helped him.
continue his higher
Hmm.
studies.
Yeah, I read that in that book.
Yeah,
His sister helped him a lot, a lot. I mean, so
yeah.
do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have a younger sister.
So how is your bond with her? Are you still in touch with her?
Of course, no doubt about it. No
uh,
doubt.
so I think our session has gone for 20 minutes. Do you want to
Yeah.
share some message for my students and for the viewers?
I feel that you should have self awareness,
Hmm.
environment awareness, which are very
Hmm.
much essential qualities that we should have. Mindfulness,
Mindfulness is important, of course.
yes, yeah, so that we are able to not only grow but help others also grow in the process. Then what happens is we create a happy environment around us,
Hmm.
and then we also enjoy that benefit. That's it.
Of course,
So
environment
see,
matters a lot, and how we are going to make our own and get used to where we are, right?
yes.
So thank you so much, Sheela ma'am, for connecting
Thank you
with me
so
today.
much, Rosh. It was nice talking to you. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
same here. I hope we can connect in future too. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
Sure. Bye and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.